Well, Banks told this himself. Banks was he thought he was a hotshot wrestler. He was younger than Daddy, and he said he had thrown it. Now he said he told this. His words of his own mouth. He's talking about Daddy. He said up around the Union, around the old depot train station there is gone now. They got the railroads and the wood yard and all that there now. But he said that he had thrown everybody, and it would never wrestle with him. And somebody said, "Well, you ain't thrown Henry Dickerson yet." He said, "Where is he? Bring him on." He said, they come dragging Daddy out. Two of them had one arm, one of them drug him out. Drug him out there now. He didn't want to fight. He says, turn him loose. That's what he said. Banks said. He said, turn him loose. He said, when they turned him loose, he says, I was as helpless as a baby. He told me, he said, I used to wrestle with two at the same time on my cousins. He said, I wrestled both of them. They couldn't do nothing with him. He was active. He just don't just a rabbit jumping. Delbert Graham, he cut Delbert Graham a flip up many years ago. Billy Mills told me about that. He said Delbert was down there boxing and bouncing around. He's out of Vietnam, you know. He'd have boxing and knocking around. Daddy was an old man. 70, I mean, 75 then. But he'd been clearing land and cutting pulpwood and stuff like that. It's tough. And they said, put them gloves on Henry here. And Dad was no. They said, after a while, they finally got the gloves on. Now, Billy Mills told me this. He turned him loose, and they said he wound up a few times, and the next thing they seen, there was heels. His heels. He finally connected. That's the end of the show. He wasn't a boxer, but he was. The boys back in his day used to fight a lot. They used big fights, just knuckle fist, you know. He told me about a big fight that down up here about where J.G. Hudson's store is when he was just a boy. There's a bulldog collar that had killed somebody, and I guess he had the reputation to be the worst thing in the country. Everybody dreaded him. He's so mean, and he'd kill somebody. But he was drunk that day. Said he'd come along, and it was in their old car. I don't know whether the car had stalled at all or stuck with him or something, and he was laying up there drunk. And Dad looked at him and says, ain't that the fella? You know, he'd always talk before he thought. He said, ain't that the fella that killed so-and-so? And Kelly Osborne, I believe his name. They said he was tough, man, mean, tough. Everybody was scared of him. And he said, what the hell is he to you? He said, boy, they went together. Of course, he said the man was drunk. Well, he said, I crawled on him, and he says, I beat him in the face until, I'd say, are you whipped? Beat the hell out of him. He said they'd work him, they'd beat him and beat him and beat him and beat him. And he never would say his whip. And he said several more of the people come up and got into the fight, and before it was over, about a half a dozen in the fight, like a ballroom brawl, you know. And Daddy had a cousin, Talmadge Graham. I don't guess we got a picture of him here anywhere, but some of these children, if you saw the Graham children that made pictures here with me, that was his children. Talmadge ran up with a shotgun. And Lee Turner, who was supposedly married, well, he did. He married Louise's cousin, Louis Zillick, was married.
Louis Zillick, I know that.
A month or two ago. He married her when she was just a child. But he run up and said, Talmadge, to get in the fight, and when he did, Talmadge threw that shotgun in his face. And he would have killed him, but he backed off. But said Talmadge hit that fellow with a shotgun across the head and bent the barrel. And Daddy said he'd heard of such thing, but he said it literally happened. He bent that gun barrel over that man's head. They said that was a bulldog fight, them people said. I don't know, there was several in it. And I heard, they said Lovey Caters was in it. Down here, he's dead now, down here. It's like Prospect over there. He was in it, and I heard his brother say, said that Lovey had on a new pair of overalls. He said he looked like his breeches were tore all to pieces. Talmadge Graham was in it, and his brother William, and my daddy. And the rest of it was Lee Turner, and this Kelly Osborne, and Lovey Cater, and some more. But he talked like that was one more fight. Mm. But anyway, I heard that Cater's his brother talk about it. He said, man, he looked like he had been cut all to pieces. His breeches was close to tore him so bad. But now Daddy said that William Graham, that was his older cousin, William Alney. That's Roy Jean Graham's daddy down here.
Yeah, okay.
And Talmadge was his close, well, their first cousin, and they're all here together, see, when they're growing up, because they lived right over there where Johnny Thrash lived, right over there. That was the old place. And, of course, when there was kids, teenagers, you know, they was all into everything and making moonshine, I guess, and everything goes along with it. But anyway, it said William would fight now. He said, Daddy says he's the only blow. You know what a blow is? A brag and blow that would actually fight when it come down to it. So he said, William just tore that fellow all to pieces. He used uppercuts. See, that was his style of fight.
And
well, see, that was Grandma's brother, Uncle Mank Graham, lived right over here where the Johnny Thrash place is now. They was living there, and he had William and Talmadge and Alney. Alney wasn't in it as far as I know. But Uncle Mank had a record. That was William's daddy and Talmadge's daddy. He had a record of being pretty tough himself. I think he just kind of enjoyed getting in a fight.
Uh-huh.
But anyway, they come running over to him and says, you better get up there. Said, them boys is going to kill that fella. And he said to Gertie, Grandma Gertie, see, Gertie's boys right on top of him, beating him to death with his left hand. That's his left hand. Beating him to death with his left hand. You better get over there and see that. Well, he went up there and talked to the man. He said, Mr. Graham, he said, they took advantage of me. That's what the man told him. Well, they probably did. He said, they took advantage of me. He said, that's the way he talked. Now, son, he said, if me and you ever has it, I'll fight you for her. And him, old man. But I guess when he was younger, he had a reputation of scrapping pretty tough. That's the Graham in you. The Grahams, that's pretty tough there. That's a streak of that Scotch in them, I reckon.